Did you know that driving after being awake for 19 hours is the biological equivalent of legally drunk? In this video, I will show you exactly what happens to your brain and body after just one night of no sleep. Look at this graph. This curve shows you risk of a car crash. Notice something scary? The risk doesn't group in a straight line, it goes up exponentially. At 19 hours awake, you are as dangerous as a drunk driver. But this isn't only about driving. Every system in your body, your heart, your brain, your immune system runs on a biological clock. First, we must answer the question, why do we fall asleep? It isn't random, it is a battle between two forces. Please look at this card. Curve 1 is your wake drive. Curve 2 is your sleep drive. When the distance between these two lines is small, you feel awake. When the distance is big, you feel an irresistible urge to sleep. Let's analyze first number 1. This is your circadian rhythm. It is a 24-hour internal clock located deep in your brain. Look at the line moving up and down. That is your core body temperature. Your body is not constant. Before you wake up, your temperature rises to give you energy. At night, your temperature drops to help you sleep. This happens automatically, every single day. Even if you lived in a dark cave, this rhythm would continue. To communicate this rhythm to your body, your brain uses a hormone called melatonin. Melatonin starts to rise around dusk. Think of melatonin as the start pistol of a race. It tells the runners to start the sleep process. But remember, melatonin doesn't make you sleep. It just announces the race has started. While you are awake, a chemical builds up in your brain. It is cold, and what truly drives you to sleep is adenosine. Think of it as chemical sleep pressure. Every minute you are awake, this pressure gets heavier. After 19 hours, the weight is too much. You must sleep to clear it. This is what creates the sleep drive. But what happens if you try to fight this pressure with chemicals? Like caffeine. NASA did a famous experiment on spiders. Look at these webs. The first one is a geometric, perfect web. What is a normal brain? Now, look at the caffeine web. It is chaotic. It has no structure. It is a disaster. This is your brain on caffeine when you are tired. Caffeine works by muting the adenosine signal. It blocks the sensor, but the adenosine keeps building up behind the wall. When the caffeine wears off, that wall breaks, and you get hit by a massive wave of tiredness. This is the caffeine crash. So you finally fall asleep. What happens next? Many people think sleep is just shutting down, but it's wrong. Sleep is highly active, complex process. Look at this map. This is called a hypnogram. It shows the architecture of your night. We cycle between two types of sleep every 19 minutes. One is NREM and the other one is REM. But notice something critical here. The cycles change. In the first half of the night, you have mostly deep NREM sleep. This is when your brain cleans itself and saves facts. In the second half, early in the morning, you have mostly REM sleep. This is when your brain fixes your emotions and creativity. Here is the danger. If you wake up 2 hours early, for example 6 am instead of 9 am, you don't just lose 2 hours. You lose 60 to 90% of your REM sleep. You are deleting a specific part of your brain software update. Another important thing is injury risk. For every athlete and coach, injury risk is the biggest fear. Managers also worry about this because players are like expensive investment. If we talk about money, sleep is the best insurance. In 2014, scientists did a study on athletes. The result was simple. If you don't sleep during the season, your injury risk goes up. Chronic sleep loss is a disaster for your body. Sleep actually improves your skill while you are unconscious. Your brain continues to practice while you are asleep. And one other thing, without sleep, the save button doesn't work. The memories don't transfer to the hard drive. So you can study for 10 hours, but if you don't sleep, you might only remember 4 hours of it. Sleep is the save button for like that situation. Many people try to cheat the system with a pill. But here is the truth. Sleeping pills do not give you sleep. They give you sedation. When you take a pill, you are knocking out your brain, much like a light form of anesthesia. It is not natural cycle, it is a chemical blackout. A study of 10,000 people showed that those taking sleeping pills were nearly 5 times more likely to die within just 2.5 years. Even just 18 pills a year can significantly increase your risk of cancer and death. Taking these is like putting tape over a warning light in your car. You don't see the light anymore, but your engine is still failing. So, what have we learned? Sleep is not a luxury. It is non-negotiable biological necessity. It is your immune system's guard, your brain's cleaner, and your heart's medicine. When you stay awake for 19 hours, you are a danger to yourself and others. When you skip those last 2 hours of sleep, you are deleting your emotional stability. Your brain needs to sleep, stay strong, leave your phone, and get some rest tonight.